Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I normally start with hello my lovelies, which yes, hi my lovelies. This is my part 2 to my first relationship that I haven't spoken about in 5 years until now. And I finished my part 1, which it's on its way to you guys. It's on its way right now, but I remembered so much more that I hadn't put in it, so I just thought let's just do a part 2 because I didn't want my first video to be really long-winded, because not everyone likes really long videos and I didn't really want to drone on that long, so this is my part 2. So I thought you guys might want a different setup. I normally sit over there, but I really want to sit here today. Well, tonight. It's really late, but I just thought, I would like to fit it in. So other than that, let's just get started. I don't even care that I look a mess again. I've just been so hot today. I put my hair up and I've left it. I don't really feel like styling it. I'm talking about something that's not so positive, but I'll be nicely dressed up and looking really good for my next video. I don't care if I look a mess in this one. I'm sorry, but so it had got to that point where I went round to his house once and his mum and stepdad had said, look, we're going out, would you two like to come with us? They offered to take me home afterwards, and they said that they were going to be a couple of hours. And us two were thinking, we can do some things, if you know what I mean, etc, etc. So I had to be home a bit sooner, so I said no, I'm happy to stay here, if that's okay with you. And they said, of course, that's perfectly fine, you don't have to join us. And they said, we'll be back in time, if you want to be dropped home, we'll drop you home. I thought, well, yeah, that's nice, you can do that, I wouldn't mind. So it had got to the point where they had been for about 20 minutes, and he asked me if I wanted a drink. He would often make a strawberry or chocolate milkshake, or just pour me some fizzy. I wasn't one for always having hot drinks all the time, and I like having a hot drink, a coffee or a tea, but I fancied something cold. And so I'd finished my drink and we had sat on the sofa together. He chose to put a film on. I don't know what film it was now. I've honestly been trying to remember, but I cannot remember for the life of me. I am back. I went to get a drink and go to the toilet, so I just remembered what the film was, and it was the Tokyo Drift Fast and Furious. It's a good film. I would still say it's really good today, to be honest. Please ignore my little bits of wispy bits of my hair. It's such a big mess, but I don't really care right now. I'm just here to tell a story. So we had got a quarter or a halfway through the film, and I started, dozing off as I do, and it had got to the point where I eventually had fallen asleep, and I don't know how long I was asleep for. I'm not sure. But I had woken up upstairs and I thought to myself, but I went to sleep downstairs. I'm sure I did. I'm pretty sure I did. I don't understand. So I not only did I wake up upstairs, I I had no clothes on. Um Sorry, this is really hard for me to talk about. I'm sorry. Um I'm back. I just had to get some tissue and had a little cry because this is actually really hard, but I'm a bit better now. I've cried. So yeah, I woke up with no clothes on. I I didn't know where my clothes were, to be honest. So he was not in the room, and there was a lock on the door, and I just thought, but why am I like? I knew about the lock, but I looked at it and thought, what if he locked us in? What if he did something? And to be honest, to this day, I don't actually know whether anything happened. You know, he might have done something, he might not have done something. I genuinely do not know. And in the end, I confronted him and said, look, not only have I woken up like this, I've woken up naked. I don't know where my clothes are. You're going to tell me, and you're going to tell me now where all my clothes are, because I just want to get them. I want to leave. And I was scared because I just thought, what if something did happen? You know, I was terrified. So it got to the point where he had said to me, you were really hot and you needed to cool down. And I said, well, give me an ice pack or something. Don't take my clothes off. I just thought, that's not really the way to cool a girl down. She's going to think of all sorts, you know. So I didn't know what to do at that point. I just had got to the point where I don't know what to say. This is really hard for me to say anything, but it was just still me and him in the house. No one was downstairs as far as I was concerned. I did go downstairs when I got my clothes back, and I did see, had a good look round and saw that it was still just us. I said to him, I said, but you left me, like, not only did you want me to cool down, like, I had no bra, no pants, even went as far as having my socks off. And those who know me personally know I can't go 20 minutes without wearing a pair of socks. You know, I've recently learned to go to sleep and stuff like this without socks because I've been told to let my feet breathe, so I've tried to do that, you know. And I also I don't think to this day that I would actually want to know the answer, because if it's an answer that I don't know, if it turned out to be what, you know, my worst nightmare, I don't know. So I was so scared that whenever he wanted to do something or he wanted something, I was too scared to say no. And where I loved him that much, it was hard to say no anyway. Sorry guys, my hair was actually starting to like fall out of its kind of bun thing that I had it in, and it was getting in front of my face, so I had to change it. So I know I said I don't really care what they're like, I don't, but when that happens I try and change it. So I was scared, you know. I couldn't say no at this point to doing anything he wanted. So his mum and stepdad came back and said, we're back, give us about 20 minutes to settle in, get a drink, etc., etc. Do some lunch if you two want lunch. And I just said, I can just walk myself home. And he said, no, we'll take you and you can sit next to me. And I said, well, and his mum and stepdad just said, no, we can do it, it's fine. He wants to know you're home safe. We understand. And I just remember saying, okay, yeah, I need the toilet, so if you just, I'll let you have your tea, make lunch. Thank you very much. Yes, I'll have lunch. But I will happily, I need the toilet first. So I went in there and I was shaking like a leaf. I was still quite scared. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was so scared. I just thought, right, when no one's looking, I need to try and get out and just get home. Like, I really needed to, I just wanted to get home. But I was in there, and not only was I shaking like a leaf, I tried not to cry my eyes out, because I knew if I had cried they would see that I was crying and they would want to know what's wrong, and I just thought, I can't do that. So as I walked out the downstairs toilet that he had, to try and sneak out the house, his mum was stood there and said, oh, your lunch is ready. Elise, why don't you come in the kitchen? We sit at the table and we eat together. And I remember saying, thank you. And his mum was saying to me, we really like you, you're nice, and my son's taken to you really well. And I thought, I did, all I could think about was, did he do anything upstairs, or did he genuinely think I was too hot and needed to cool down? I was just scared still. And she said, you're shaking. She said, you must be cold. And she looked at him and said, she's freezing. What did you do? He said, what do you mean? She said, well, she's shivering. Like, what's going on? And I didn't know what to say. I just said, once we've had lunch, do you mind if I just go straight away? She said, you normally like to stay a bit longer. She said, you're welcome to stay a bit longer. And that's when he looked at her and said, I said she could stay for dinner, when he didn't say I could stay for dinner. And she said, well, if you want to stay for dinner, darling, you can. And I said, I need to check with my, if it's okay. I mean, I haven't planned dinner, so I could have it here. I was too scared to say no, so what can I do? So I agreed, to have the dinner. And she said, it's really late, we'll drop you back now. And then I had a phone call saying, look, are you coming home? And I said, yes, I'm going to be dropped home. He said, okay, that's fine. I'll see you in a bit then, yes? I said, yes. And then he just said to his mum, it's really late. She might as well stay the night. She said, if she wants to, only if she wants to. And I just remember saying, I'm not sure about this. I want to get home because I've got homework for college to do. I need to get it done. She looked at him and said, do you have homework? He was going, no, we don't get homework. And I said, no, I asked for some extra work because I'm a bit behind. And she said, okay, we'll drop you home. And in my head I was going, oh, thank God you're going to take me home. Yes, please. Yes, yes. I was like, oh, celebrating in my head. So I went home, and the whole night he kept texting. And because I didn't reply back straight away, he got shirty with me. That was his big thing. Like, if I didn't reply back to a text or WhatsApp or anything like that, straight away, he would give me the cold shoulder as if I was the worst thing. When if I'm busy, I can't reply back to people straight away. I'm just glad I got people in my life now that are just so understanding, that just love me and I'm so grateful. But back then, I was just so scared and so, oh my god, trying everything to make sure I didn't upset him, that I forgot about myself and my own feelings, because I always put him first. I put him before my family, my friends, everybody, and I still regret it today, 5 years later of talking about it. I didn't think I was ever going to end up talking about it again, but here I am. I know I said in my last video that I didn't want to say too much because I'm keeping some private. I know this is the part 2, but I'm honestly still keeping things private because it really has been a long time since talking about it, and it's honestly been the hardest thing I've dealt with. I don't know what's been harder, going through this or my parents' divorce, because I was hurt with both. So talking about this is, I just really I really hope that this actually helps you, and if you yourself are in the same, or can I say similar situation, that it can help you know how to get out of it, because when you're blinded by love, you don't actually see the bad that's going on. You just try your best not to upset them, and if you breathe in the wrong way, you're in trouble. And it was, can I say, the pedestal method. So he would make me feel absolutely wonderful, like I was the best girl, like, on top of the world. And then if I breathed the wrong way, he would make me feel like I am poo on his shoe. And I battled with that for the whole 2 years, just over 2 years of it. And I got so used to him being like that I didn't see it as a bad thing, because it was my norm. So it was very normal to me to, I guess, brush it off, like I brushed everything else off. There were some things about his family that weren't quite right, but because I loved him, I accepted them for who they were, because I thought, if I'm going to be dating him, I want to accept them for who they are, because they're the ones that brought him into this world, and I didn't see it any other way. I loved him, and that was that, But yeah, I don't know about anything that he's up to. I don't talk to him anymore. I in the nicest possible way, don't care anymore, because he hurt me so bad that it destroyed me for so long and put me off ever meeting anyone again for a while. I had met and dated since him, and obviously they hadn't worked out due to one reason or another. I'm not going into them. They're not for this. I don't feel I need to. Cut long story short, I've had one that got a little physical, but not going into that one. I had one that I dated for just over a year, possibly coming up to 2. He was complicated as well. He had just had me feel great one minute and then not so good the next. But he's also another that I was blinded by the bad, because I only, in my mind, saw the good. But that's, I say, for another occasion. I'm not going to say any more about it. I'm keeping that one private, because I'm still getting over and battling with that one. So that's kind of why I'm like, nope, not now. But maybe one day I might bring it up, do a lengthy thing, but not right now. But anyway, this is the end of my part 2. There isn't going to be a part 3 because the part 3 it's all private. The rest of it's just going to stay private. I don't know if I'll ever say anything in the future. I may do, I may not, I don't know. But I really, really want to say a massive, massive thank you to you guys just taking time out of your day to watch me. It means so much to me, and knowing that I can tell you guys these stories and share them with you and possibly have them be helpful means so much. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so, so much, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah.